go college. So anyways, why did you choose UVA?
Well, after I got my associates in business at the community college in Richmond, I decided that I was just going to apply, and I thought for sure I would go to James Madison, but for kicks I would apply to UVA anyways. So I applied and got into both, and I just decided that UVA was probably going to be a better fit for me. I don't know if it's actually true, but someone fell asleep in Alderman, and the janitor came, woke him up because the library was closing, and the guy never went outside, but when he came, he went and all of a sudden he was in Clemens, the library we walked past before. So there must be some kind of secret passage. And my grandpa, faraway grandpa came here, and he said that there's for sure different kinds of secret passages that not everybody knows about.
So what year are you?
I'm a fourth year.
Then, being a fourth year, what do you like about the school and what does John have?
I think the best part about being at school here is just the community that UVA offers, and having a college that's in a smaller town, and all the housing is right near the college, and everything is going on inside the university, and it's not like spread out throughout a whole city. It's a smaller university, and there's only about 12 to 15,000 students total, so there's a lot going on, and the libraries are always full, so there's always great encouragement and motivation to actually go and do your studies instead of go out and do nothing and party.
So what's the worst part?
The worst part? There's so much to do outside of studying that it gets kind of hard to focus, but I don't know, there's really nothing too horrible about being here. It's just an awesome privilege to be able to be a student at the university. Okay, so there is one thing that's kind of always a downer, and I find it's probably a factor in every school, is this school tends to be pretty preppy, and dressing and looks are a huge deal, it feels like here. So I don't know, that's one thing to consider. I don't know, it's just always having to have like the top clothing designers, and not particularly my cup of tea, but other than that, I find that it's pretty fun. And that's actually where professors will live, because Jefferson wanted to make sure that the professors will live alongside of the students, so that they're always accessible to them.
So what's your major?
I'm in religious studies, studying Christianity and Islam.
So why did you choose the major?
Well, first I got my associates in business, so I came here, and I'm also just very intrigued by other religions worldwide, and so I did study some Buddhism and Hinduism, and I just am really intrigued by what else is going on outside of the Western perspective of Christianity.
So considering this is a really tough college to get into, how much studying do you have to do, like on a regular basis?
Right. For each class, there's in my particular religion major is very reading intensive. So I'm spending probably every week I'm given between 100 and 200 pages of reading to do per week per class. So it's a lot of that, learning how to read fast and also understand what you're going through. Yeah, so that's kind of intense, and then of course there are midterms and papers that you have to write. Depending on the major, you'll have different kinds of homework. Chemistry majors will have more problems to work through rather than reading, but that's something else. And but the good thing about the school is that everyone is interested in doing their best, and having a high GPA and best grades are absolutely one of the most important things about coming here. So we always say work hard and play hard, and you can go into any library right now. It's a Sunday afternoon at 3, and I'm sure that they're going to be packed, especially downstairs in the quiet floors and stuff like that. So there's always work to be done and always work being done, so you always have to work very hard. Okay, so steam tunneling. You'll see when we walk around grounds the big manholes in the ground. You know, you see them all over the place. Mm-hmm. Well, you can lift them out, right? So very discreetly, you and your friends, you lift it out and you jump down, and you climb the ladder down, pull the thing back over you, and you can run all around underneath grounds.
Open another one, and
you're not allowed to do that.
That is also a felony. But
there's felonies for everything.
I mean, you're really not supposed to go into manholes unless you're authorized. But you go down there, because I have been, and there's this way to the men's locker room for the football team, or this way will take you to North Grounds, or this way will take you to.
There's signs.
Not necessarily. Well, kids have already gone down there and take their chalk, and they'll tell you where you're headed, and where you're overnight near the chemistry building this way.
So at UVA, what is the coolest place that these college kids hang out?
Okay. Other than the libraries?
Yeah.
So, down right back there behind Northwood is called the Corner, and it has all different types of restaurants, and there's a Starbucks, there's plenty of coffee shops to go to, CVS, there's, I don't know, there's a plethora of restaurants and places to eat down there where everyone will go, especially over the weekends. That's the number one place to go, like, to go out to eat and stuff like that, because it's walking distance, you don't need a car to get there. Otherwise, around grounds during school hours, you would probably hang out, I couldn't even tell you, maybe like a library where there's a cafe, and because there's a lot of libraries have places to get coffee, so you'll go in there and read the newspaper and wait for your next class.
So what's the coolest class you're taking?
That I'm taking? I'm taking, what's really intriguing to me is a class on the book of Revelation in the Bible. That's one that I think is awesome, but other classes that are pretty cool, I've heard of, one is called Learn to Groove, and it's an African bongo class. So you, instead of getting a textbook, you actually go out and get the drum, and you just learn the different drum beats, and that's like a 2-credit class. And I totally missed out. I had no idea it was offered. So, yeah.
So that about wraps it up. All right, thanks for the information.
No
Bye.
problem. Bye.
Love you. So we're at UVA, and this is what's called the Whisper Wall, and we're going to see if it works. Okay, we'll go over there. Oh my god.
Did you hear it?
Oh my god.
Did you hear it? Do that.
I can hear you. Like,
That's me. This is like,
alright, whisper something.
it's like the answer to 258. I can totally hear you.
It works!
You gotta go, team, go!